What's going on, everybody? My name is Jeremy, and this is going to be my review of Corset, written by Yuri Kernev and Elena. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your last name. My bad. But it was published by Scout Comics, and there's a lot to unpack in this one, so let's get right into it. So the story takes place in like a very steampunk version of Germany, and it follows the main character, a young orphan woman named Elise, who lives with her aunt. So Elise's aunt decides they're going to go to a fashion show, and this fashion show is like for the elite of the community, like top of the line, highest end you can possibly get. And the fashion show is to show off this new clothing line by this designer that everybody calls the Master. He was famous for his corset designs, hence the name of the book. And the guy is basically considered a god in the fashion community in this book, hence why the entire city has shown up to this one fashion show. So without giving too much of the story away, basically Elise inadvertently ruins the fashion show for this guy, and he then summons her up to meet him in person, which is very rare, seeing as no one has seen this guy's face in years. And he goes on to ask her some peculiar questions about how she felt when she ruined the show, what other people were feeling when they saw her ruin the show, and why they were behaving that way. And he goes on to explain that he basically has no knowledge of any human emotion other than adoration, because his entire life he's been worshipped for these fashion designs. And then the Master basically invites Elise to live in his mansion with him on the condition that she basically teach him about and teach him how to experience actual human emotions. And there is a huge plot twist at the end, and I don't want to give it away, but it's definitely worth reading. And I really can't say too much more without giving away a bunch of spoilers, but the story is really, really deep and emotional and dark, but it's also really beautiful at the same time. So if you're like a big fan of like steampunk style fiction and drama stories, I think you're really going to like this book. It's absolutely wonderfully written, and the artwork is dark and elegant at the same time. So if you guys are really looking for something new to read, I highly recommend this one. And I'm going to give it a golden pal.